Do you want to license this technology if you're a competitor, when you consider the problems that Autopilot has had?
Right.
In this video, the Elon bad Yahoo Finance NPCs continue to fulfill their job requirements by stating Elon bad, Tesla bad, FSD bad, insert FUD here. Got to give credit, they are aptly named. Yahoo indeed. And some new research from Morgan Stanley. And if you guys would like more content, 2 new exclusive videos dropping on Patreon today. Check the link to the pinned comment to join. In one of the exclusive videos, an automotive CEO continues to lie and mislead investors. Guess who? And the other video, well, I'll leave that one a mystery.
Elon Musk also has his past with the Saudis as well in terms of taking his company private. So anyway,
a good way to connect the two.
Yeah, 420, love it. So Musk said he could be open to licensing some of Tesla's self-driving features. This after GM CEO Mary Barra said that it would be hard to find cheap EVs in the $30,000 to $40,000 range, profitable by the end of the decade, maybe even beyond that. So Musk said, hey, we'll do whatever it helps to make EV adoption come on here. We'll license our technology for FSD. We'll do things like that. We've already opened up the supercharger network, So Musk, says he's very charitable here, but, they're licensing that technology. They want to make money off. They want to keep the data on that.
My first question was in this. Do you want to license this technology if you're a competitor, when you consider the problems that Autopilot has had?
Right.
You got a feel for Praz here. He works for an organization, Yahoo Finance, aptly named, who politically lean left and also support the current thing, which is Elon bad and Tesla bad, and maybe that has something to do with the large amount of advertising revenue they receive from Tesla's so-called competition, but it may also come down from the top editorially speaking because Elon bad. Out of absolutely nowhere, Praz, who knows what's going on with Tesla and is willing to say things about Tesla and understands the company pretty well, Praz, when sharing this information, immediately, bam, one of the talking heads on his organization spouts some FUD about Tesla. Couldn't help herself, although it's probably in her job requirements to hate Tesla and Elon. So looking forward to seeing how Praz responds to his brain-dead colleague. I did just want to make sure everyone understood that I did describe her as brain-dead. She's a fucking NPC. I think that's one of the requirements. I don't know how long Praz is going to last on Yahoo Finance, to be honest, because he doesn't appear to be an NPC. It's not allowed, Praz, don't you know? Didn't you read your job description? Duties include being an NPC, conveying the one true narrative, supporting and or denouncing the current thing, and never stepping out of line.
Do you want that technology integrated?
I mean, FSD, right, for all its issues, it has been improving slightly, but it's still under full NHTSA investigation for safety, right? This is a kind of a software that has a kind of a cloud around it.
I get the feeling that Praz is trying to backtrack a little bit now. He's a little bit too pro Elon and pro Tesla there. Wind it back, Praz. Remember, you're on Team Yahoo Finance. Elon bad, Tesla bad. The end.
And of course, Musk says, well, we'll license it to you. We'll take the money.
I mean, it is interesting. I think that speaks to sort of how Elon Musk has evolved around this. We talked about the recent partnership with Ford. He's sort of opening things up because the competition is increasing, right?
I mean, I know their job description is to hate Elon and hate Tesla, but let's think about this. I think where she's going with this is Tesla's in trouble and therefore they need to find new sources of revenue anywhere they can, such as licensing their incredible real-world AI to other companies. They really are living up to their name over at Yahoo Finance. I look forward to hearing more about why Tesla isn't doing this because it's the right thing to do and they're trying to help these companies survive. Think about this. In 2014, Tesla open sources all their patents. Unless you're suffering from brain damage or you work at Yahoo... Oh, wait, that's the same thing. Unless you're really dumb, you might think, hang on, why would a company who's developed all this incredible technology with electric vehicles give it all away for free? Unless they're actually trying to do what their mission statement says, which is to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy, not to destroy the competition. You might think, they did that 10 years ago. Why would they do that? There's no commercial incentive to do that. Why would they do that? Maybe they just care. Maybe they actually do just want to help. Then you think to yourself, why would Tesla announce a partnership with Ford where Ford is going to start putting Tesla chargers, the plugs, in Ford vehicles starting in 2024, and Ford has negotiated access to half of Tesla's superchargers in the United States for Ford customers. To be clear, Tesla aren't morons. They're not going to lose money doing this. They will make sure they make a small profit. But if you were really to think about this, of course, that would require a brain, clearly absent on Yahoo Finance, just the facts. You might think, hang on, if Tesla was just trying to crush the competition and wasn't trying to help, they'd tell Ford to f*** off. No, you can't access our charging network. That's a huge competitive advantage. We want you to die, therefore no access for you. Doesn't matter how much money Ford were willing to pay. If Tesla was doing this for their own self-interest rather than just to help the entire industry, they would have told Ford to go f*** off. But they didn't. You might think at this point, we've got some evidence here that Tesla seems to be willing to do things that aren't actually in Tesla's best interest and does actually help their competition. Maybe they actually just care about doing the right thing. But that doesn't fit the one true narrative. So please, Yahoo Finance, tell us why Tesla is actually just self-interested and that's why they're doing what they're doing. And also Elon bad.
And there are other channels for revenue. Is that the way to look at it?
I mean, it's a pure, I'm such a good guy, but let me make some money off you too, right? That's the way I see it.
Or is it also just the fact that maybe Tesla is in a little bit more trouble on the demand side of things than many have really taken into account or realized at this point? We know their profit margins have been under pressure now for a couple months as Musk has lowered the price of their EVs in order to entice some of those buyers. So now he's exploring even more avenues, new avenues here of revenue. Paints maybe a dire picture.
What an absolute clown show. It's unfathomable, the brain damage. And I don't know if they believe what they're saying. I think they do. Praz, probably not so much. I think he's just trying not to get fired from Yahoo Finance and, buying into their bullshit. But the two women we've just heard from, I actually think they are suffering from severe enough brain damage that they believed what they said. Maybe paints a dire picture. Yeah, offering, hey, look, we can license FSD if you guys want it. Painting a dire picture. My mother always says, Stephen, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. But I'm ignoring her advice once again. Two of the dumbest motherfuckers on planet Earth right now. We've just heard from them. And Praz is a giant pussy who needs to grow some testicles and stop buying into the narrative. Stop being a bitch, Praz. I know you know, but I know you're scared of losing your job on Yahoo Finance if you go against the one true narrative. Grow some nuts. Start a YouTube channel. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Well, I don't know, because I wonder how much they've been looking into this all along, right? And when you think about what the value prop has sort of been for Tesla from the beginning, would be that they were the initial runner in the EV space, and then people are going to want to buy their tech, they're going to want to use their chargers, they're going to want their battery packs. So it's sort of creating that overall EV world. And maybe they've been operating like that all along, and Musk I feel like sometimes when Musk tweets these things, he just wants you to remember that it's a possibility. He's like, hey, we could sell this, by the way.
I do wonder, the other consideration, and I'd be curious to get your thoughts, is that it is such a crowded space. So we're focused on Elon Musk because Tesla has been the leader in the space. But at the end of the day, does there need to be more collaboration? Because the question for long has been, can all these car companies survive anyway? Is there a way to improve the technology, bring down the cost, and does that require more collaboration?
It appears that the folks on Yahoo Finance are unaware that it is Tesla who has cost leadership across the board on everything that matters, whether it's their charging infrastructure, whether it's their software for driving vehicles, whether it's their batteries. Tesla is the cost leader. Tesla, collaborating with other companies, does not help Tesla make their costs lower. Tesla's already making their costs lower. It helps the other companies survive a little bit longer. It helps the other companies provide technology and services before they go bankrupt. It allows them to survive a little bit longer. But collaboration between these companies doesn't help Tesla drive costs lower. It's important to understand this. Tesla is not doing this to help Tesla. Tesla is doing this to help other companies. Like I said, though, they're not brain dead, unlike the folks on Yahoo Finance. Tesla will make money doing what they're doing, licensing technology. For the time, hassle, headache, and energy, probably not worth it, except when it comes to licensing their FSD tech, which they're not yet doing, but will eventually do. In short, Tesla are just trying to do the right thing by the industry. See their mission statement. It seems too difficult for Yahoo Finance to accept this, but these are the facts. If Tesla were truly working in their own interest, they would not be allowing other companies to access any of their technology. The companies need Tesla. They need Tesla's tech. If Tesla says no tech for you, no charging access for you, no software for you, their competition is even more f***ed. These clowns are very poor judges of character.
I think it was Doug Field, former Apple engineer now at Ford, said this is going to be the hardest problem in our generation to solve is autonomous driving. So it is a big issue that maybe multiple companies have to come together to figure out. But if you're Tesla, you would love to license this technology. I mean, they want to hit 80% margins on that. What better way to do that than have another company just pay for your technology? So I think that it's a pie in the sky, I think, for him to think that GM would want to pay for that. But we saw Ford, they shut down Argo. They would be another potential partner there for that. So we'll see.
It's inevitable at some point other automotive manufacturers will license FSD from Tesla. Ford may be one of the first, if not the first. It's only a matter of time. At this point, it seems likely that GM CEO would rather sink their ship than collaborate with Tesla. But if she's got any sense, unlikely. Even a GM partnership with Tesla could be around the corner. Morgan Stanley asking, is Tesla doing Detroit a favor? Part 2. Ford joins Tesla's charging network. Tesla buys LFP batteries from BYD. Can a new era of collaboration in EVs be a salvation for Detroit? Good enough for Tesla. From our discussions, investors have scoffed at the idea of legacy Detroit auto companies buying batteries or licensing battery technology from Tesla. I'm not sure what, quote, investors Morgan Stanley is talking to, but it seems inevitable at some point. Once Tesla is producing more battery cells than they need for their own products, they will be selling batteries to other companies. It's just a matter of time. I've been discussing this from day one on this channel. Now, don't get me wrong, it's going to take years before Tesla is producing more batteries than they need, but they will continue to scale battery production. At some point, they're probably going to have a surplus, so stay tuned for this. Seems inevitable to me. Why is buying batteries from a competitor good enough for Tesla, but not for Detroit? Good question, Morgan Stanley. Ford and Tesla, what's next? The positive stock reaction following the Ford-Tesla EV charging collaboration was not so much related to the economics, fees to Tesla, savings for Ford, of the project itself. In our view, the market is wisely seeing this as a potential change in fundamental strategy for Ford's EV plan. If you guys didn't see yesterday's video, they're on point. Jim Farley's pretty much given up on competing with Tesla or making affordable, economical electric vehicles. Instead, Ford's trying to figure out how to differentiate their products and just leverage their brand to milk it for all it's worth, which is the right move because there's no way they'll ever compete with Tesla on costs. Any automakers, at least outside of China with half a brain, will license Tesla's FSD software in the future. They might even license Tesla's vehicle OS itself, just reskin it, and anything else Tesla's willing to license, and also gain access to Tesla's supercharging network. Obvious. The charging network is an extension of the battery itself. Ubiquity of charging will impact design, chemistry, and size of an EV's battery. Imagine how big and expensive an iPhone battery would be if there were few places to charge. Geopolitics. Ford's plans to license LFP from CATL to be made in the US entails many risks that are outside of Ford's control, jeopardizing many billions of tertiary EV investment. A domestic plan may demand further discovery. What moat? When Ford CEO Jim Farley is asked about what differentiates Ford's EV and battery strategy from competitors, he's been quick to mention that it's not all about electrification and that it's just the business model of how connected, data-generating vehicles can transform Ford's relationship with the customer. From Ford's perspective, we totally agree. Ford is unlikely to have a moat in batteries versus Tesla or BYD. Duh. Surrendering to this reality can help Ford protect its moat with commercial customers. By the way, fair point. And its more emotional and authentic vehicle segments, e.g. Raptor, Bronco, Mustang. What does GM do? Spoiler alert, just lie to their investors and eventually go bankrupt. In our view, GM is materially more committed to its Ultium battery platform strategy. By the way, they will eventually abandon this, put a pin in it, and as such, is likely to pursue its own path with higher execution risk. If GM is not able to get other automakers to join forces under the Ultium umbrella, the company may need to recalibrate either A, the projected volume of its EV initiative, or B, its willingness to incorporate rival battery technology into the Ultium architecture, or in place of it. Spoiler alert, it's going to be the latter. Tesla as a battery supplier. For years, we have included significant value in our Tesla DCF for the value of supplying batteries to other OEMs. Of our $200 price target, by the way. Not going to be long before Morgan Stanley increases their Tesla price target, and then they'll have to work backwards and try and rationalize why the price target's increased. The valuation model won't have changed, but Tesla has breached $200 per share, and I suspect Morgan Stanley will chase after it relatively soon, and then work backwards to try to make up an excuse for why they've increased their price target, which the real reason will be, of course, because Tesla stock went up, not because anything changed in our valuation model. NPCs gonna NPC. $28 of Morgan Stanley's current price target is related to Tesla third-party battery supply. We understand many investors reading this may think, but Detroit has no choice. They simply must keep spending on EV plans to protect their terminal value. To this point, we are not suggesting that Detroit needs to halt spending on EVs entirely, but that now could be a moment of consideration to exactly when, where, how much, and with whom, partnership or go it alone, such spending could be executed. In addition, and this is important, we believe Detroit can use this opportunity to reconsider how to align the sources of their cash flow with the uses of their cash flow, which may bring company strategy and corporate structure into the discussion. Strategy, abandon ICE, ASA, P, and corporate structure, get rid of almost everyone because they're not going to be helpful in the EV transition. We have little doubt that most legacy players will bring forth compelling EV products to market in the coming years, many of which may be sold for a profit. So I just want to note the terminology here. Many of which, not all of which, many of which may, not will, may be sold for a profit. In other words, Morgan Stanley believed that there might be some compelling electric vehicles eventually produced by companies, and maybe some of them might even be sold for a profit, meaning most or many of them won't be sold for a profit and many of them probably won't be compelling. They're right, and this probably doesn't end well. We believe Tesla ubiquity has its limits. We can't say exactly where those limits are today, but we believe the number and variety of players in the global auto market may vastly exceed the number and concentration of players in the mobile handset market today. Time will tell. So while the path of least resistance may be to think that Detroit is backed into a corner, they are, we believe some of the best decisions can be made during such time. Just one problem, Morgan Stanley. In order for good decisions to be made, you need competent leadership. And outside of Ford, that is severely lacking. Tesla's new era of competition may, perhaps paradoxically, accelerate positive change in capital discipline for Detroit. So, Morgan Stanley's research entitled, "Is Tesla doing Detroit a favor?" Spoiler alert, yes, although don't ask the folks on Yahoo Finance if that's the case, because according to their job descriptions, no. Tesla bad, Elon bad, Tesla self-interested, Tesla greedy. Doing something good? Trying to help? No, that's not possible. What's the real reason? It must be because they're motivated by more profits. Will Yahoo Finance ever run a single segment on Tesla or discussing Elon Musk in which they aren't negative, nasty, disingenuous? Spoiler alert, of course not. None of those pussies are willing to risk losing their job by going against the one true narrative. By the way, in totally unrelated matters, it's for your protection, not our quarterly profits. And it's also safe and effective. Bye. Athletic Greens AG1 has given me a massive, meaningful boost in energy, allowing me to do a lot more every day, including using my brain more and using my body more. I highly recommend you guys and girls check it out. Athletic Greens AG1 is an excellent way to fill in nutritional gaps. It's got 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients, plus prebiotics and probiotics and digestive enzymes and adaptogens to help you deal with stress. Plus, if you click the link in the pinned comment or head to athleticgreens.com/SMR, you can get yourself a 1-year free supply of vitamin D3 and K2. But don't take my word for it. Here's what some of you guys and girls have to say. AG1 has changed my life. I was, as you described, treating myself like a circus, ate like trash, rarely exercised, used alcohol as a stress crutch, cannabis also. AG1 is what gave me the kick in the ass, got me back to the gym, motivated me to do more for myself, family, my business, etc. Keep doing what you do. Now, I know there's some skeptics, the same kind of people who think Elon Musk is a fraud, reading this going, "What do you thought? There's no way that's possible, bro. It must be a placebo effect." Believe it or not, this is a recurring theme. If you give your body everything it needs to feel and perform its best, including having a lot more energy, you'll need ways to use that energy. For me personally, that includes more exercise, moving my body more social activity, and more cognitively demanding tasks, including producing a ton of exclusive content over on Twitter and on Patreon, plus my daily YouTube uploads. The proof's in the pudding. On to another testimonial from a viewer of this channel. SMR, you asked me to provide feedback on AG1. Here it is. It has helped with mental acuity, stamina, and intestinal waste management. Can't read between the lines. Certainly helps with regularity and digestion. That's what the digestive enzymes are for. It has also dramatically reduced my cravings for sugar. You guys need to stop eating sugar. It's fucking poison. I'm 50, 5'9", and overweight, aka a fat motherfucker. I think that's a technical term for overweight, isn't it? Is it fat motherfucker or obese? I can't remember. I average 100 hours a week in the West Texas oil fields as a safety supervisor. Jesus Christ, dude. No wonder you're struggling to keep your weight under control. 100 hours a week. Brutal. It has helped me lose weight. It is not an appetite suppressant. It can help fat people suppress cravings, and motivation to be healthier is critical for changing your diet. Love you, brother. Again, this is a great point and something people really don't seem to grasp. If you have more energy, everything becomes easier. It's like turning on easy mode for life. A few years ago, before I was taking AG1, my health was trash. I was struggling to get through the day, had afternoon fatigue. The last thing I wanted to do was either use my brain or move my body. Didn't have the energy. Now, my biggest struggle every day is figuring out ways to use that energy. I'm exercising way more, doing a lot more with my friends and family, and of course, my work output has increased substantially. And you can fact check me. Check out the average length of my videos I was posting to YouTube 3 years ago. Need I say more? And one final testimonial. Love this one. Okay, here's the deal for me with this AG1 shit. I'm 41 years old and not the type to eat, drink, smoke, or sleep healthy, so I was skeptical. That being said, here's what I experienced. Day 1, meh. Day 2, afternoon fatigue was about 45 minutes late. Day 3, 0 afternoon fatigue. Day 4, 0 afternoon fatigue plus extra energy. Day 5, again, 0 afternoon fatigue plus energy, wondering, what the fuck, really? See, this is the thing, right? The results for many people are just almost too good to be true. This is the same experience I had. My afternoon fatigue just vanished out of nowhere. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Why am I not tired in the afternoons anymore? Surely, it's not that AG1 is it? Turns out it was. Day 6 and 7, same thing. Day 8, same thing. Plus, I had the want to get things done around the house that I normally would slack off and not get done. Again, the point, extra energy, you'll need to use it, you'll find ways to use it. Day 9, 10, and 11, and today is day 12. I fucking love it. So however you managed to get me to buy it, I'm so glad you did. Thank you so much, SMR. It really changed me so far. Guys, this shit really works. Just try it. By the way, this is the reason I continue to relentlessly promote AG1. A lot of people get real fucking mad in the comments. Oh my God, Snake Oil Salmon's sold out. Oh my God, he's a scammer. This is fraud. But constantly, I'm pretty sure everyone making these comments is also currently short Tesla stock. I'm not particularly concerned about people having a negative perception, those folks suffering from small brain syndrome, still living in my bum's basement syndrome, etc., writing mean comments, claiming AG1's a scam or it doesn't work. I mean, bro, when I get feedback like this is what keeps me going. And remember, there is a 90-day money-back guarantee. There's nothing to lose here. Just try this stuff for a month, and if you don't get these results, get your money back. See, it's a literal no-brainer. It's an IQ test at this point in time. Testimonial after testimonial after testimonial like this. Get your money back if it doesn't work. Just try it for a month, and if it doesn't work, get your money back. Today's the day. It's finally time. Be like this guy who was a massive skeptic, but finally, after 1,000 promotions in a row, caved in, tried AG1, and has results like this. Head to athleticgreens.com/SMR or click the link at the pinned comment, and please, let me know how you're feeling in a few weeks' time. Now, if you'll excuse me, time to put my extra energy to good use. I'll be recording some more exclusive content for Patreon and my Twitter subscribers. So click the links to the pinned comment. See you over on Twitter and or Patreon. And don't forget to grab your AG1. Love ya.